Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. I'm often asked, how should we practice Dhamma now, in this age, in our country, in the circumstances in which we find ourselves? Many people are filled with fear and confusion, not knowing how to respond to the challenges that we all face on account of the peril that our planet is in. We have come close to undoing this earth upon which we depend for our survival. It is not sure how much longer human life will be sustained. We do not have the time to indulge ourselves in gratification any longer. The Buddha taught us that the practice of Dhamma and the realization of the causal cessation of suffering takes much commitment, is the result of the fruition of much sustained effort and endeavor. Those who are hearing Dhamma now, maybe for the first time, or maybe rehearing it after a long period of forgetfulness, separation from the Dhamma, are overwhelmed by the apparent insurmountable task to get beyond the cause of all suffering to the unconditioned release and state of Nibbana. We are here as a human being in this life on account of the fruiting of our good karma. It is very rare, wholesome karma that fruits to produce the conditions that we find ourselves now in the West. We are not the poor, we are not the downtrodden, we are not born in a time of strife. The Dhamma is available to us. The requisites by which to support our life are easily available. This is such a rare fruiting of good karma. Many people in this position are born here from the Deva world, confused here by the absence of their sensual gratification that they have become used to, the intoxication in sensual delight that one experiences in the heavenly realms, hedonistically seeking such gratification here on earth, blindly consuming their good fortune and good karma, totally failing to make merit with their lives. There are 4 kinds of people on this planet. Those who are born in darkness and moving into darkness. Those born in darkness who are moving into light. Those born in the light moving towards the light. And those born in the light who move into darkness on account of negligence, on account of greed, on account of selfishness. There are countless beings such as this, alive now in the privileged classes of the Western world, who through complacency have made no merit with their lives, who have inherited an extraordinary sense of entitlement, assuming that this good fortune that they enjoy will always be theirs. We, as a small group, a percentage of the planet, have consumed its precious resources. We are responsible for the peril this world now faces. This karma that we have produced in this life through our selfish negligence will be one of the weightiest karmas performed in the many rounds of human life. For though we have not actively taken life, not actively killed others, not actively tortured others, not actively oppressed them through our selfishness, we have caused others to be killed, caused others to suffer immeasurable privations. And though even this is their karma, our actions become the proximate cause for the fruiting of this unwholesome karma that so many on this planet face now. When you reflect upon your life, you kneel at the foot of your bed and you pray to your God to watch over you and deliver you into heaven when you die. Ask yourself if your life has been a field of merit that would justify such an ascension from the position you are in now to a far loftier state in a heavenly realm. There are few who could say to themselves, "This life I have led well, as an act of merit, bringing great benefit to others through my actions of body, speech and mind." There are many who upon reflection would have to say, "This life of mine is not a field of merit. I have not brought merit and benefit to others through my actions of body, speech and mind. But through my actions of body, speech and mind, in many ways I have brought detriment to others." This is our field of merit. This is how we should reflect upon it when trying to ascertain what it is we should be doing now. Before you decide to run off to a boat hole, New Zealand, Canada, Northern Scotland, or Iceland, wherever you perceive to be safe haven, understand this life lasts only for a few more brief years. This opportunity that you have to reap the benefits of your past good fortune and merits will swiftly be over. When you die, will you be able to ask yourself, what merit have I made with this life? Will you be able to say, this life I have led well for the benefit of others in the here and now, and my welfaring in the future? This is how we should be reflecting now. Understand this opportunity that you have. This good fortune that you are experiencing is so extraordinarily rare. It is almost inconceivable that you should find yourself in such a position again. So, what should you be doing now? You should be stripping your life bare of all unnecessary elaborations, letting go what is not necessary, certainly providing yourselves with the requisites of shelter, food, security, and then every second of every day you should be practicing Dhamma or giving yourself in service to improve the lot of others. This life, this human world, this planet will not much longer be sustainable. The opportunity to live as a human being the way you have lived will not present itself to you again for a very, very long time. So where will you go when you die? Will you ascend to the heavenly realms on account of your field of merit? Will you enter into the unconditioned, deathless state of Nibbana on account of your realization? Or will you be left to reap the fruits of your selfish, negligent, ego-centered life of consumption and sensual indulgence? Reflect hard on these things. You do not know how to pray. Maybe when we are afraid we turn to a God who we do not understand. God, please help me now. What remembrance do you have of that which might be divine that works through your life, whilst you are delighting in your gratification and good fortune? How often do you say thank you for the food that is daily put upon your table, the source of which you give no consideration to? Most of you will not realize Nibbana in this life. But you can stop for long enough to look upon this world, this precious earth that you live in. Gaze upon it, get out into nature, open your heart with real humility and grace. Understand what it is to have come into being at all. And in some way, allow your heart to be touched by the divine principle that is at work everywhere, sustaining all life, including yours. No matter how hard you have tried to cut it off, through your negligence and self-indulgence, it still continues to support you. This divine principle is the only refuge left. Find your way of getting in touch with it. Your ego blinds you to that which is divine that supports your life. This exquisite, extraordinary life that we have taken for granted, that we have abused. Make a deep reflection on how precious is this opportunity that you have now. And even if the world was to end next year, in 2 years' time, 3 years' time, you have the opportunity to find, to know that which is called God. And you will not find it in your church, kneeling at a pew, praying to an image of a man upon a cross. You will find it in your heart when you step out and look at the majesty of nature and feel the divine bringing things into being endlessly everywhere, despite everything that we have done to destroy it. Look around you. Everywhere on this planet that life can come into being, it comes into being. On a rock, on the bark of a tree, everywhere. The smallest things coming into this existence. This creative principle, this power of life is the divine at work. And we are all but cut off from it. And we have all but cut it off from the planet on which we live. Find your grace. Learn Dhamma. Keep your sila. Do good things. Avoid doing bad things. Do not harm another being in any way. Seek to help all of those who can be helped by you in any way. Do not lie. Do not take what is not given to you. Do not indulge yourself in sexual misconduct or gratification that leads to the loss of your mindfulness through intoxication. And do not take life. These 5 sila are the minimum requirements for the welfaring in the future. Above this, do everything you can to help others. Give everything you do not need to those who do. Secure yourself a safe passage to the heavenly realms at the end of this life, with a seed of Dharma planted in your mind and an aspiration to continue to practice the purification of your mind until one day you may go beyond suffering to the unconditioned state. This is how you should be reflecting now. Practice Dhamma. Understand the law of dependent origination. See that this round of rebirth, life after life after life, will not come to an end as an act of will. Understand what you are bound into by your very karma. And do your best to free yourself of that which will bring you misery in the future. There will be no God reaching out to take you out of your fear when you die. Only your merit, the delight in your merits, and your love. Only these things will take you to the light. Do good things. Avoid all bad things. Be ardently committed to virtuous conduct. And purify your mind. Then you might pray that that divine principle, which you call God, may work through you, be manifest within you, and lead you on. This is how to take refuge now in a world that is full of confusion and despair. Take this opportunity that is thrust upon you through necessity to ardently turn your hearts towards your ascension and secure safe passage for the future. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa.
ever written music for film? You're just making that up, you're writing it.
Just making it up.
Yeah. Have you ever written music for film?
My own, yeah. Yeah.
You don't write someone else's music.
But it's quite epic. Like, I mean, like, that's what my just asked if I wrote film. I quite liked it, actually. I might actually write something for a film soon. There's a lady who, do you know Chalet Girl? The film Chalet Girl? She's one of my mum's best friends. She's the director of that film. And she's doing a new one. And she really wants me to write it for her.
Play.